the virtual world center of racing, the Daytona International Speedway. And we are set for a new launch of a new series. Tonight, it is the Clash from the Daytona International Speedway, round number 1 of the Adrenaline iRacing League, live on LSR TV, your home of sim racing. You're looking live at the 2.5-mile virtual facility thanks to iRacing. I am Wesley Outland, joined alongside is Devin Henry. Devin, this is the Clash, 25 laps, no reset, $50, winner take all.
Boy, I am excited. Y'all heard of patience. I don't think we're going to see any here tonight in this race. I would imagine it might seem like the NASCAR Clash that they had at Daytona back in February. We're going to see some bumping, we're going to see some banging, and we're going to see guys trying to race their way to the front just about immediately with only 25 laps to do so.
Should be an exciting one here again at Daytona International Speedway. Everybody is set and they are ready to go for this great night of racing. Again, no resets. Bottom line, you wreck them, you crash them, you tear them up, you're out of the show. It is going to be gridding time. How did they line up for this race? By a peel draw. Shades of grassroots short track. Oh man, I'm tongue-tied here. Shades of grassroots short track racing across the country to line up for heat races, Devin.
Yes, we have our starting lineup here. Eric Stamp lined up here on the front row alongside Shane Theron, and both of them have been running extremely well, including winning last year here at Daytona as well.
Ready for these drivers to get ready to go here as the field is assembled and ready for the start. Again, it will be 25 laps. The lineup is Eric Stamp from Ohio. Shane Terrian will be on the outside of row number 1. Justin Teal, Matthew Rodriguez, row number 2.
Brenton Jump and Joshua Kane will be in row number 3. Bronson Stafford and Matt Dyer make up row number 4.
Moving on to row number 5, it will be the driver of Drowning, Dylan Drowning, 9th. Robert Kinney, he'll start 10th. Moving on to row number 6, Calvin, Grady X, and Christian Gomez in the 48 starts 12th.
Evan Coleman will start off in 13th. Tommy Gossett will start outside row 7. Ryan Flanagan starts in 15th, and Tanner D. Johnson in 16th.
Moving on with the rest of the lineup here in the back, it's going to be the driver, Alex Walter, in the number 17th position. Jacob Hope in 22, he'll start 18th, and Adrian Padera will be the final starter. 25 laps, again, winner take all. And this is round number 1 of our new Sunday night series of the Adrenaline iRacing League on LSR TV. And I'll tell you what, Devin, I like these type of races. This is an all-star race right here, bud.
Exactly. These are the drivers who spent last year with this series when they were trucks. Now they are the Cup Series cars. So this is the guys who were here last year and will be competing all year this year as well. And man, I'm excited to see who's going to be coming up through the field here early on.
This is our version of the Clash at Daytona that they do in February to kick off Speed Weeks here for the Adrenaline iRacing League. The pace car ready to drop onto pit road. It's Stamp and Rodriguez coming to the line. They're in the gas and the greens in the air. We are ready for 25 laps. The Clash roars into turn number 1.
Stamp got a phenomenal jump off the very start as the back row goes almost, or the outside row goes almost 2 more cars deep. Justin Thiel and Trenton Jump, your top 3, as Matthew Rodriguez will move on down from the outside lane to the inside lane to go into P4.
Stamp and Teal, Jump, Rodriguez, Gradio moves into the top 5 now in the 4th spot as they roar to the back straightaway. Now here's the thing, you want to keep everybody nestled in a pack like we're seeing here, because if they break loose, everybody goes single file as you see this 2-car tandem draft pulling away from the other cars from 3rd, 4th, 5th on back door to door, like leading the animals to the Ark Noah style as they come off of 4 with Teal leading lap 1.
Now, I do got to bring this up. You see that orange car way back there in the back of the pack. That is Matthew Rodriguez, who started 2nd in this race. He decided on the back straightaway to go all the way to the back. Wesley, I think that he might be seeing a potential crash coming up here with this very high-paced racing.
Possibility. It could become that way as they are working their way off of turn 4. Another lap on the board here. We are live on LSR TV in the early going of this one. 25 laps, winner take all for $50 going to the winner in this event for round number 1 that is known as the Clash. Teal out in front. Jump in the number 2 spot. He's ready to pounce on it for the leader. Look at this nestled precision off of 4 virtual style in the early going with Steel Till leading the way as they go back roaring into turn number 1.
How about those gorgeous Ford Mustangs leading the pack, the newest of these 3 cars on the iRacing service, all up ahead, all single file as that outside lane was trying to move ahead, but we got a caution. They are stacked up behind this group.
Oh, we got trouble. 4 or 5 cars involved, crashing, spinning, smoke flying, and debris to boot. Here's your replay on LSR TV of why we're on yellow flag number 1. Devin, you called it off the corner.
Boy, all so simple. Just someone gets just enough under the rear quarter panel of Alex Walter, and that just sends him spinning. And when you are in a pack like that, I mean, that's just the result there. Everyone piles on up in the corner. It is so difficult when you're in the middle of a turn. Where do you go when chaos happens in front of you and there's occasionally just nowhere to go like we saw right there?
And we have the first caution out here in the early going. Lap 4 of 25. No pit stops, no resets. Again, these cars, if they're badly damaged, they are done for the night. Here in the clash, will anybody come to pit road? And we are under the yellow flag here for the first time here at Daytona. The clash rolls on. Caution laps do not count. It's green to checker all the way to the finish with no yellow flags on the board. 4 of 25. More coverage in the clash with the Adrenaline iRacing League when we come back on LSR TV this Sunday night, your home of sim racing. Lights are off of the pace car, ready for the restart here with the Adrenaline iRacing League opening race of the clash. Now next week, Devin Henry, tonight's a sprint. Next week, it's 100 laps back here at the World Center of Racing to open up round 1 of the series.
Yes, this series is almost exactly like a regular NASCAR series. It's a little bit more condensed, but the goal, of course, is to be a champion, and you got to do that through the playoffs, just like how NASCAR does theirs. Win and you're in. But of course tonight, just an exhibition, we will have much longer races once we get, and more regular rule races, I should say, as well, after the next couple of weeks when we hit the Daytona race and almost do the complete schedule, ending the championship just like NASCAR will in Phoenix.
That's correct. As we'll get ready to set him up for the restart. Walter out in front. Well, actually, timing and scoring is all discombobulated right now, so we'll wait for everything to reset at the drop of the green flag. So right now, I give you permission. Pay no attention to the top ticker on the upper left of the screen because it's right now just all out of whack. When the green flag flies, it will register. We're working a caution flag, and for the most part, Devin, those cars that got crashed, they're still on the racetrack. They're still in it because there's no resets here.
Yeah, you can spend a little bit of time on pit road to get it fixed, but man, it's tough to put your car back to perfect form for all the aerodynamics that this track needs for you to run well.
Ready for the restart here at Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. Here in the clash, the pace truck is in. Here they come, ready for the restart. To the inside, green flag back in the air. They roar back to green as they now have Downing moving up position. Jump, Teal, Gomez right there on it again on the original start, back to turn one.
Looks like Gretorix on the inside of that first row, moving far back on the outside row is the 80 of Tommy Gassett. Once again, this inside lane having a huge advantage over the outside on these restarts as now Trenton Jump heads on over to the outside. He wants to get pushed to the lead.
I'm going to make that move work. He's going to do it now here as they make their way off the corner. Back, down the back straightaway. Here they exit in the early going. This battle, ready to see what happens here as, again, Gretorix is out in front. Is that how you say it, Devin? Gretorix? And Gretorix and falls back to second now. Here comes everyone else now fighting for position. Gossett's up there. Browning's up there. Teal and Gomez all in the mix as we work lap 5. 20 to go next time by at Daytona.
And we saw another car get a little bit uncomfortable, drop out of this top group and move to the back, trying to conserve the car a little bit. You want to get all 25 laps done. And there you see another car, the 48 of Christian Gomez, dropping out of this pack as well. I don't know how many cars will be left in this pack if we go green flag racing too long. A few guys starting to drop on out.
Starting to drop off like flies. And again, those are some of those cars that got tore up in the beginning, and now they have fought their way back through the field. The race rolls on. Gossett, Gretorix, Jump, Browning, Till, the top 5 back across the line. 20 laps to go here. Remember, it's round 1. It is the all-star race, if you will, the clash here tonight at Daytona for the Adrenaline iRacing League. And again, the driver, Gretorix, out there leading the way in that car. Down the back straightaway, Gossett, Browning, Jump, Theron, Teal, Walter now fighting for position. That tandem drafting, slicing, dicing, moving your way quickly down the super stretch, roars into 3.
Gassett takes the lead. He has great help behind him from Trenton Jump. And I'm really curious if a third lane will start to accumulate as the outside lane starts to dwindle. Down the front straightaway last time by, we saw a third lane start to grow, and now Trenton Jump once again wants to take a peek at the lead.
Here they come back across the line. Gassetti now going to the point as they make their way back into turn number 2. Off the corner, the banks here at Daytona. Does no justice, reality or virtual, when you see those cars roar off the corner. Down the back straightaway. Everyone 2, 3 wide. No, they'll stay door to door as they go into turn number 3. It's Jump putting it back to the lead. There, you're riding on board with him from second place, and the leader in the rear and on turn 4. Look at that shot.
Trying to look ahead, he sees that fresh air out in front of him, but that bumper of the 46 Ford Mustang is taking it all up from Justin Teal right now. Still the top 2 ahead on the inside lane. Eric Stant now trying to make a charge on the outside.
It's the Adrenaline iRacing League. Again, this is the clash. It is 25 laps. Winner take all on LSR TV. Wesley Outlet, Devin Henry alongside this race in the early going. Working lap number 8 of 25. An awesome production work, by the way, by Cody Wooten as well for LSR TV. Going cars below the yellow line, advance your position, penalty. Here they come, fighting for that spot. Stamp, Jump, Theron, Teal, sounds like a law firm, and up the outside goes the machine of Jump, looking to the lead on the bottom as they go into 4.
Boy, side by side, 3 rows deep still as we continue to have cars start to fly on off and move to the back of this field. But right now, with the little amount of cars that we have, I think that you might get a little comfortable with how few cars are up front. Eric Stamp right now leading the point on the outside. Trenton Jump on the inside. Still, these cars swerve back and forth, 2 by 2, 3 rows deep.
Here they come off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. It's Jump, Teal, Stamp, Gossett, Theron, your top 5. No change in them. Coleman, Browning, Hope, Gomez, Stafford, rounding out the top 10. When do you make your move, Devin Henry? When do you pounce here as we're coming up on halfway here at Daytona?
I think a lot of the guys in the back just said it's time for us to move on up. As the laps continue to dwindle, it'll only be 16 more laps to go this time by, and we are seeing some of the guys that sat in the back start to move back up. There were only 9 cars in that front group, and look at the gaggle of cars we have now.
Watching them as they fight their way off of turn number 4 here at the World Center of Racing. Gossett, Theron, and Jumper 1, 2, and 3. There is Tommy Gossett, he's right there in that second spot. Wheeling down to the inside, trying to go below the yellow line. They'll still hold their position. A hornet's nest behind them as they roar back to speed, back to turn 3.
Deal on the outside, gained some great help from Eric Stamp. That outside row starting to make a little bit of progress, unlike what we've seen on the restart and start thus far. 2 by 2 on the outside. Justin Teal takes the lead. He's going to hold it and lead this lap.
Coming up on halfway, let's rest our voices. Let's shake the cameras here at Virtual Daytona for the Adrenaline iRacing League. It's time on a Sunday night to feel the thunder. Gotta love it, Devin Henry, the speed, even virtual, like reality. Look at those awesome camera views that iRacing's updated to. Here, what a show.
As we had our bones rattling with those sounds, the defending champion Shane Theron moves his way up to the front of the field and now leading point here at Daytona in the clash.
Shane Theron, the defending champion of the Adrenaline iRacing League, now making a poor presence of cars. It's spun and spinning. Problems. Teal going around and a couple of other to boot. No caution. Now the yellow flag is out. Caution. Don't think no harm, no foul there, Devin. He should be able to continue along 32 and 22. That's Hope along with Teal.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I'm just trying to lead this race, and again, just gets the bumper clipped the wrong way by the 32 of Justin Teal, and both of them go spinning around down the back straightaway. 32 did not get any contact. It looks like Theron did not hit anything as well. Just a simple slide to the grass, so he'll head to the back of the field, but luckily, no damage on either of these cars.
No damage. Looks like they just spin across the grass. If anything, they might have some of that virtual sod from the Daytona International Speedway on the front grills of those cars. Possibly an overheating issue. But other than that, I really didn't see a lot of damage, except if there is any from the contact where they spun. Second caution out just after halfway here in the clash for the Adrenaline iRacing League from Daytona International Speedway. Teal, Gossett, Jump, Stamp, and Greater X. So right now your top 5. And does anybody you know, anybody come for repairs? There's no repairs. That's the question we've asked before. You can't take repairs. You can't take service. Devin, I don't even think you can put tires on the car.
Well, I do know that you can come down, you can get your car fixed in quote-unquote real time. There is no fast repair, but you can try to sit the longest you can and wait for some sort of repair to be made. But when you make contact like you do in these cars with the wall, man, sometimes the required repair length time is longer than twice the length of the race.
What a tough break for some of those front runners there that we were talking about. And we do see cars playing possum. They're coming to pit road. At least on back from third. Teal's on pit road. Greatorex is on pit road. Hope stays out. Everyone else coming in for service. Pit stop time, Devin. Looks like it is about to get interesting here.
Give me some tires, give me some fuel. I want to see how much further I can go. We are almost right at the halfway mark here. We're one lap shy of it, so essentially they are turning this race into a two-half race where they're going to have fresh tires here for the final 14 laps.
And I got a feeling as we see service now being done on the 38 machine of Shane Theron, defending champion. 32 pulls off of pit road of Justin Till. The 16 Tide car still on for service as well of Matthew Rodriguez. He'll pull off. The 61 pulls off of Bronson Stafford, and they all exit off of pit road. I got a feeling we're going to see an awesome show here for the second half of the Clash for tonight's event to open up the season for the Adrenaline iRacing League.
And you got to wonder if you are the guys who stayed out, who got kind of tricked there by some of the guys in the back, how will those tires take off here on the restart compared to the guys with fresh tires? I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen. Will someone spin their tires here on the restart?
So Tommy Gossett is looking like unofficially the new leader, as everyone else came down onto pit road for service. We're halfway through this thing. Caution laps do not count. The Clash rolls on LSR TV when we come back from Daytona in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Adrian Padera is the new leader. Nobody else pitted, or he didn't pit. Everyone else did. We're coming up on the restart here for the Adrenaline iRacing League Sunday night show on LSR TV, your home of sim racing, along with Devin Henry. I am Wesley Outlet. Cody Wooten doing a phenomenal job on the production side of things. Hey, by the way, if you like the Cup cars, don't forget tomorrow night we are getting ready for another big show at Auto Club Speedway. It is the Northwestern Cup Series. We get fired up again around 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. That is tomorrow night. I'll be on pit road, and of course Justin Prince and Greg Rentz in the booth. That is tomorrow night, the Northwestern iRacing Cup Series on LSR TV. And a whole bunch of cool things going on at LSR TV. For more details, go to livesimracing.com. Devin, this new Sunday night series, I'm liking this sprint, 25 laps, but I know next week it's going to be a lot longer show. But looking forward to being a part of this as the announcers for the Adrenaline iRacing League for sure on LSR TV. And looking forward to working with you a lot more.
Oh, same here, man. They say patience is a virtue, and they're going to need that later in the year. But right now, if you don't have that virtue, you're in the right race.
You're exactly right, because I think it's time to put up or shut up. Lay your cards on the table. Place your bets if you're in Vegas at Virtual Daytona. Gossett, jump, hope, tap, steal. Ready to come to the line, and the green is in the air for Barney on the iRacing flag stand. Here we go. Gossett pulls away. Jump is right there. They're going to go door to door again as they roar back to turn 1.
And you question strategies. Who wants to go where? Do you want to go backward at the start of the race? Do you want to fight through the field? Well, looking at Tommy Gossett, started 14th and now leading the way here in front of Trenton Jump and Jacob Hope.
Down the back straightaway, the super stretch. Down into the corner. Got a little net code issue on one of the black cars on the upper right of the screen. He's got some net code, and you see what's happening to him. It's hurting his handling. He's falling all the way to the back. As we got one guy getting a nice chrome horn there. Get out of my way, buddy. I move you. Jump and stamp, fighting for position as they exit off of 4. Look at that.
These guys are pushing and shoving like pros here at Daytona. Trenton Jump now in the lead. And on the inside, Justin Teal coming back up to the front of this field with Gassett on his bumper on the inside lane.
Coming to the line next time by, it'll be 10 laps to go. Look at the Ford Mustang there, diving in. That's Teal. Teal, the tracker boats entry. Looking high, looking low, to the outside, to the inside. Throwing the blunt on Teal as they go to the back straightaway.
Eric Stamp on the outside lane has Tanner Johnson behind him, one of the cars who has been stalking around in the back. We are seeing more and more cars start to move their way through the field right now. And as more cars continue to get in this gaggle of automobiles, we might see a little bit more chaos and maybe even a third lane start to come on up here.
To the line, this time by for the clash. 10 laps to go. 10 remaining. It's about to get slice and dice in time here at the World Center of Racing Virtual. They roar back to one with Jump, the Bud Light machine out in front.
They've had 3 preseason races here to get ready for this first inaugural Cup season. The last race was at Texas. Trenton Jump won that race, so right now he is looking to go back-to-back in preseason races. Boy, Wesley, that'd be a fun way to start off a new series.
Another driver that we're also was watching a few moments ago. How about Shane Terrian? Shane Terrian, the defending champion of the series, the 38 car, mired all the way in the back outside the top 10. It's time to go. Get up there, bud. They come to the line, slicing, dicing, bobbing, weaving like they're on a chopping block of clay inside a squared circle. Boxers back into 1. Gossett to the inside. Outside lane for Stamp and Teal. They'll become wingman as they go to 1.
Huge shove from Eric Stamp on that outside lane, trying to get his lane all the way back up to the front. The inside lane right now is a little bit more straggled. There's some more space in between them as finally Teal gets up behind Trenton Jump. But the outside lane right now is starting to make a move on.
Time to make something work to the outside. Here comes Gossett. He's got the outside to throw the block on Teal. Teal's got Johnson. They go to the corner. Here comes Grinnerix is also now trying to close into that battle. As they come to the line, the laps are winding down here in the clash to the stripe. It's Tamp. One wrong move by Stamp, and it's going to be Johnson or Gossett to take that candy away as they go back into turn number 1. The laps are winding down.
I know Gretorix in that white 98 wants to start making that third lane, but who would go with him? 3 wide here at Daytona is more difficult than you might think it is, but these 2 front runners, Gassett and Jump, now starting to run away from the field, and the team trying to block. Look at
oh, there's contact! He turned him! 32 goes around, they're all crashing! Spinning, crashing, flipping into the grass. This is the big one. This is the one we didn't want to see, but we knew it was bound to happen. Coming unglued, coming to the end. The big one in the clash ensues with 7 laps to go.
That was extremely unfortunate, primarily because you see Trenton Jump in the blue number 46 coming up here. He was trying to push that 80 car up ahead, moving a little bit higher, and then he wanted to try to stay with them. Stay together, guys, so when they're trying to block the top lane and back to the inside lane, they just did not get on the same page, and the 46 gets to that outside fender, turns him right around, and then the rest of the field goes along with him.
We knew it was bound to happen. We knew that it was going to come unglued. The only question, Devin Henry, was a matter of when. But as we got closer to the end of this thing, we knew that this was probably going to happen, and I think we're going to see cars dropping out.
And what you're going to see here, probably the most unfortunate part of this, is we're going to go green with still at least 6 laps to go. So I'll tell you what, there's still going to be a chance for another one.
Exactly. We might tear him up again. Oh, wow. Big trouble here. The big race, the clash, the opening event for the Adrenaline iRacing League. Who's coming to the pits? Who's coming for service? Who's ready for the shootout? 6 laps to go. Here at 7 laps to go, actually, here at Daytona. We'll take a quick break. Hey, a big event coming up that you want to be a part of on Race on Texas is the Lone Star 600. If you have not found out details, you need to get information on it. Race on Texas will have coverage of that event as we see cars coming to the pits. I was going to say once we get done with these pit stops, we'll go to that commercial break because the Lone Star 600 is going to be something you do not want to miss in Texas. But I'll tell you what, We got pit stops going on with 7 to go, and we knew it was going to happen. What do you think they're doing right now, Devin?
Well, we had a lot of our leaders come in. They're going to get 4 fresh tires here. Yeah, fill up with gas, whatever you need, whatever. But no, 4 tires here. They're going to try to get these things with the most grip possible. But what caught my eye was the number 9 car. Evan Coleman will decide to stay out here. He was 10th last time coming to the line, and he will now lead the field to green on old tires.
Evan Coleman, he is gambling, if you will. Could he make it pay off here? 7 laps to go. The Lone Star 600. Here's more details about it. We'll be back with more for the finish here from Daytona and the Clash on LSR TV.
They say everything is bigger. These guys down in Texas aren't messing around. This feature race will separate the boys from the men, the girls from the ladies. Can you handle racing 300 laps for $25,000? It's not as easy as you think. We don't stop to tow those too weak. We just push them out of the way. We don't run 20 laps. We run 300 each night. We don't care about what you and your boys have under the hood. Bring all you got. Don't be scared. Call my Cowboy Jack today to get signed up. It all goes down on October 2nd and 3rd in Mesquite, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Kenny Wallace is coming back this year to try again. You don't have excuses. Go to LoneStar600.com now.
If people only knew what we discussed during commercial break. Welcome back to our coverage of the Clash. It's the Adrenaline iRacing League from Daytona. I'm Wesley Outlet, joined alongside is Devin Henry, and then we've got Cody Wooten in our ear, making us laugh, making us giggle, and just talking about things on the air we shouldn't. We have a great race going on, and it is coming down to the wire. Man, Walter pulling the string, but I think Evan Coleman is going to be the guy we're going to see come back for the restart. Now, like I said, when we're under caution, Devin, dominant scoring is all messed up on the upper left of your screen. But we will tell you, when we came to break, before we went to break, Evan Coleman was the only car that did not pit. He will be the man leading to the green flag when we come back to this thing. Hooters number 9.
Yeah, the Hooters number 9 out front, but you look right behind them. Calvin Gretorix in the 98, he has substantial damage on the front end, as well as Jacob Hope, who will start in 3rd. The next car that does not have damage is Trenton Jump, so there's going to be 2 damaged cars on the front end at the very least that will be towards the front of this field. That might give Evan Coleman some extra little jump at the start of this, and I don't know if you want that, Daytona. That just means that everyone's going to be closing up behind you quicker.
This should be rather interesting as they're going to come to the line. It will be 7 laps to go with Coleman, Gretorix, Hope, Jump, and Gomez, and they have made the decision that they're going to go single file for the restart. And you still got cars that were lap-around cars coming to the pits for service as we go back to green.
Huge jump for Evan Coleman. I do not like how this is turning out for the number 9 car, because here comes everyone else in stride behind him. Jacob Hope will move into 2nd, Jump trying to follow along right behind him. And right now, Evan Coleman is on an island of his own as everyone's catching right up to the rear end.
Here they come. Gretorix falling all the way back now to 6th on back. As now Jump goes to the lead on the outside. He'll go past Coleman. Coleman falling back to 3rd. Gomez will now move to the bridesmaid spot as they roar back into turn number 3 with 6 to go at the World Center of Racing.
How about 2nd place, Christian Gomez, one of the guys that we saw move towards the back, and another guy who's now in the top 5, Matthew Rodriguez. And the tail end of this front pack, he moved all the way from the back up to the front, and he's ready to compete for a win.
Where did he come from? Back across the line, 6 laps to go. It's Jump in the Bud Light, number 46 entry, back to the point. 48 Gomez, Christian Gomez to P2, P3 for Evan Coleman. Old tires or not, he's in the 3rd position. He's making it work down the back straightaway.
The top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. I'm interested in that black number 22 car of Jacob Hope. He does have some front end damage. Does anyone want him to push their car? Right now, Coleman will move along with the 22 car on his rear bumper. How will that slightly damaged car mess around here with the top 5?
Here they come across the line. This time by at the stripe, it will be open hand from Barney the iRacing flagman. 5 laps to go. Jump and Coleman along with Gomez, Hope and Rodriguez. Top 5 right there, pulling away in turn 1 at Daytona.
Well, I guess technically the outside lane does have more help, but the inside lane prevailing right now with Jump on the inside with behind him Christian Gomez. The outside lane right now has Evan Coleman, Jacob Hope, and Matthew Rodriguez. Those 5 are completely gone as they continue to swap back and forth.
Slicing, dicing, inside, outside. When do you make your move? Top 5 pull away now. Jump back to the lead. He's a strong car, that 46 all night long. Coleman in his Chevrolet battling the Ford. 3 Fords behind him and Gomez, Hope and Rodriguez. And Toyotas are in this battle as well as the laps wind down with 4 to go back into turn 1.
Furious, and the defending champion stalking back behind them. I think he has a little bit of a grip here on Matthew Rodriguez. You see Shane Thurman right behind this group of 5. Could he try to spoil this group of 5 party and make it a party of 6?
A party of 6 coming up. A party of 1 is going to be the winner. $50 for the winner of this winner-take-all clash. Round 1 of the Adrenaline iRacing League. Or would you call it round 1? This is their all-star race. Jump, Coleman, Gomez, and now Hope separate from 4 cars on the lead pack off 4. Now it's about to become a 6-car battle as Rodriguez and Therian, Shane Therian, defending champion. He's now moved into 6th position. He is licking his chops, ready to make a move here.
Top 6 all together. That outside lane just has not been able to find a grip, but you do see Therian on the inside has caught up to these top 5. So we're going to have us a 6-car battle as that top lane starts to dissipate.
We've had a battle of math and subtraction and addition here. 5 cars became 4 cars. Now 4 cars become 6 cars. They are racking them up here with 3 laps to go. Back to turn number 3. Jump and Gomez, and now Coleman all single file. Impressed with Coleman, used tires and all. That Hooters number 9 staying in P3 to the line with 2 laps to go.
All aligned on the bottom. Will we see a little bit of moving and shaking here? Everyone is starting to actually find a little bit of patience here, but how much longer can that go on?
When will you become unglued? When will patience wear itself thin? We saw a crash there with just under 7 laps to go. And now we see the pack now with 2 laps to go. Working down the back straightaway, passing lap traffic with Jump. Gomez there, all right there, fighting for position. Here comes Coleman trying to go on his own to the outside lane and make it work. He now has wingman helping Rodriguez and Therian, but still nothing will work. They'll come 5 cars, single file off the pack to the line. This time by to the white flag, Devin Henry. 1 more lap to go at Daytona in the clash.
All stacked up. How will Trenton Jump defend this group? Christian Gomez in the catbird seat in the red 48 right now, sitting in 2nd. Evan Coleman, who stayed out and did not pit last time everyone went down, is still sitting in 3rd and still in attack mode here.
Here they exit off of turn number 2. Nobody will jump out of line for the time being down the super stretch. They make their move to the inside, to the outside. Jump still leads. Now they bounce off one another. Coleman now looks to the inside on Gomez. He gets a run. He'll carry also the leader of Rodriguez in 4th with him. They'll make a move on the outside. Still can't reel him in. The inside lane will work. Not going to get him. Lap traffic in the way of Tristan Jump. It will be Trenton Jump coming to the line with Coleman with 1 shot on the outside. Nothing there. Lap cars in the way. And it'll be Jump winning here at Daytona in the clash. 2nd spot going to Gomez. Coleman will finish 3rd as they start crashing on the cool-down lap. What a race here between Jump and Gomez. And I will tell you, Coleman made his presence felt coming to the checkered flag, Devin Henry.
That outside lane almost had enough speed, but just did not have enough of a catapult there to make the difference. Trenton Jump, it's so rare at Daytona when the guy who leads those final laps ends up winning the race as well, but just had a great job and a great pusher with Christian Gomez, and he takes home the clash victory, the first official non-preseason race of this series, if you will, and get
And
congratulatory spin out bump.
yes, I was going to say the congratulatory spin for the number 46 Bud Light colors of the Adrenaline iRacing League entry of Trenton Jump. I don't know, Cody, could we show the last lap one more time coming off of turn 3? I wonder if there's a way we possibly could on our LSR TV replay. Watch this number 9 car, Coleman. He gets a help from 16. There's his wingman. The other guy, Shane Theron, the defending champion, says, I'll go with you. And then they fan back single file. I thought it was going to end up that way. But then all of a sudden, using run off of the air of a 46 car, or the man in second, Coleman just could not seem to make it work. I think we're coming to the last lap now. This was when they were coming to the white flag. So this is the last lap, Devin, as we're talking about it here, showing this last lap. What a great job by Coleman. That's that pink Hooters number 9 car. Watch the way he tries to make an open on the outside lane work.
And I don't know what else he needed here. He might have went just a little bit too late because he sucked up the bumper of Gomez there.
Right.
And I think they just didn't move up in time, so he didn't get that full catapult motion by then. Since it was 2-on-2, they evened out and just did not have enough room to make up the difference.
And here they come to the line. Lap traffic in front of the leaders to boot. And again, Coleman just simply ran out of time. When it's all said and done, what a way they all sliced through the lap traffic on the cooldown lap. Woo!
Can you imagine if that just would have been a few seconds different, and those side-by-side lap cars did make a difference there for those leaders? Man, that might have been extremely crazy.
I have one word: crash on the finish. Trenton Jump is your winner. Again, Christian Gomez will finish in second. Evan Coleman third. Let's take a look at the unofficial results right now in the clash for the Adrenaline iRacing League here on LSR TV. Again, we'll talk to our top 3 here on the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up in a moment. But again, I'll grab 9, you grab 9. Jump the winner. Gomez second. Coleman, a great job there with cold tires, finishing the race third. Rodriguez will finish fourth. Shane Theron, the defending champion, fifth. Hope, Teal, Kane, Padera, the top 9.
Calvin Greatorex finishes in 10th. Eric Stamp 11th. Dylan Browning 12th. Alex Walter in 13th. Kenny 14th. Gossett 15th. Stafford 16th, Johnson 17th, and Dyer and Flanagan will round out your field.
So a wild race for over 19 cars in this all-star event at Daytona for the Clash on LSR TV. Next week, it's for real. 100 laps around Daytona for 250 miles. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up here on LSR TV. We're proud to be on even a Sunday night, your home of sim racing.
All right, well, why don't we bring in the winner of the clash here in the Adrenaline iRacing Cup Series on LSR TV. Trenton Jump taking the win. And boy, I said in the broadcast, it's kind of rare when the guy leading the last few laps ends up winning the race as well. How did you manage to hold off those 4 behind you and take the win?
Well, I mean, my teammate did it for me. The teammate won the race. I just held the wheel and stayed in line. The teammate Christian behind me was the one that pushed me and just wouldn't let go. And he was like, temperature's getting high. I was like, just hold on. I was like, you got it. I was like, if it blows up, it blows up. But I was like, I think you're going to be fine. And it ended up being fine. So.
Well, plenty of moving and shaking up and down that race. So what was it like in the car there? 25 laps. It's a sprint, but yellow flags don't count. How excited were you in the cockpit there, the virtual cockpit, just trying to move and shake around everyone?
I mean, it wasn't too bad. I think the lowest we were in the whole race was like 6. We were up front the whole time. I didn't want to get swallowed by the pack and caught up in a wreck. So we just tried to stay up front and didn't really have to worry about much.
Well, hey, a phenomenal race, and we got plenty more racing coming up the rest of the season. What are you looking forward to? Is it just coming back to Daytona here in a couple weeks, or what are you looking forward to for this first season in the Cup cars here in the Adrenaline iRacing League?
Just looking to get more wins. We didn't get any last season in the trucks. You know, we were in the booth plenty of times talking to you guys after the race. Just didn't get any wins. We won one of the preseason races a couple weeks ago at Texas, and now we got this. So we're checking off boxes that we didn't do last season. So.
Well, so far you're 2 for 4 in the races that don't count. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk to you a little bit more on top of the podium in the races that do count this year. Well, hey, big congratulations, Trenton. Thanks for coming on out tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And now we will talk to P2, the teammate who helped push on along the winner, Trenton Jump. Christian Gomez brings it home in P2. And hey, you heard Trenton right there giving you quite a bit of the credit. How was it there trying to push that car to the win?
Oh, it was hectic. We weren't exactly sure of the damage situation with the competitors behind us, and 9-car was giving us some really good rushes up on the front there, but just didn't have the help behind due to some of the incidents earlier in the race. But overall, it was a good race. I made the decision right on the restart. I just told Trent, hey, I'm going to push it to the win here. Let's just get a good victory here for the team and start off the year right.
Well, you guys got it. You were one of the guys who started more towards the back, made your way up through the front, starting in 12th. What was it like kind of bobbing up through the field and kind of coming backwards, then moving right back up through the field again there towards the end?
It was good. I knew with the way the race is, with the money on the line, being a sprint format, I knew it was going to be a few incidents where a bunch of cars are just going to get wadded up and be taken out of contention. So I was just being mindful and patient, and it did work out in the end. That big one right there, or the final caution, really took up a whole bunch of the field. I was like outside of the top 10 at that point. And once I got out of the pits, I was just right behind Trent in P5, and yeah, we worked our way up. So the strategy worked out in the end there.
So since you are both team cars, I did want to ask you guys together, who do you two have to thank for your performance tonight, Trenton and Christian?
First off, I have to thank our painter, Coteal Designs, for the awesome paints you guys saw here today. 1-2 for him and for the team, and for Trent, Bud Light, and for me, sweet, refreshing Coca-Cola. So thanks to them, and hopefully we could have more success throughout the season.
Boy, that was a great plug. Trenton, you got anyone to add there?
Yeah, you know, Justin at Color Teal Designs, he paints all of our cars, makes them look great. You know, we've all been busting our tails in the off season, not only trying to get ready for this season, but, you know, we have big endurance races that we all do as friends, so we've been getting ready for those. Just been trying to stay in tip-top shape and racing these cup cars as much as we can to get used to them and get used to the package, and trying to do well in these test races and just trying to put on a good show for everyone out there watching.
Well, Trenton comes home P1, Christian P2 here in the clash. Congratulations to both of you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And to close this out, we will talk to P3. Evan Coleman comes home in third after taking no tires, no pit stop there on that final caution. Evan, what came to that decision there to decide, you know what, let's stay out and let's stay on point?
First of all, my disappointment is immeasurable and words cannot describe it. But the whole point of me staying out, because I took tires and gas the last caution. I didn't realize how many people were I guess hurt from that caution. So I was just like, I'll stay out, you know, do my best, you know, block the whole field impression and just stack the field, because I knew I could stack the field up if I was in front, because I'm pretty good at plate tracks, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, tough one there, but still coming from 13th to 3rd. What was it like for you in the cockpit moving up and down through the field tonight?
It felt pretty normal. I'd done a lot of plate track races. I told the guys before the race started, I told them, FYI, if there's a gap, I'm going for it. Granted, I didn't get any of the wrecks, so all the gaps I went for worked out. But felt really smooth. It was just normal plate track. I'm glad I didn't get caught up in the big one. Surprise. But in the cockpit, felt very calm. Felt like, just normal plate track for me.
Well, you end up being one of the few cars that still have their paint jobs still pretty clean. So coming home in 3rd, a great performance tonight. Who do you got to thank for this performance?
My internet for not giving out halfway through the race, because I've been having problems for the past month with my internet. So thankfully, Comcast and all of them were, allowing me to finish a race for once.
Well, Evan, congratulations. Look forward to the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That is your top 3 tonight. I do have an apology here. We were discussing Shane Thurman as the champion of this series. He was the points champion. He accumulated the most points over the season last season in the trucks, but did not win the playoffs championship, as we all know is the important one there. And we will have for you here on LSR TV the rest of this season, including the playoffs and including the championship at Phoenix. Well, we will bring back in Wesley here, and we will close out our first race, the Clash, here in the Adrenaline iRacing Cup Series.
It was a very, very exciting event when it's all said and done. The driver, of course, of that number 46 Bud Light entry, Tristan Jump, holding off the likes of Gomez and Coleman. Got to give Coleman credit again. Used up those tires, gambled staying on the racetrack in that late race finish, and he settled for a top 3 podium. But again, tonight was the Clash. It was a non-points all-star race, and that was 25 laps. Next week, it's 250 miles, 100 laps, right back here at the virtual World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway. Again, thank you for everybody joining us on LSR TV. We have coverage throughout the week, not only with the Adrenaline iRacing League, but the Northwestern iRacing Cup and Truck Series, the Next Gen Challenge Series, World of Thunder, and so much more. If you'd like more details or to jump on board for coverage during the week, contact livesimracing.com. For producer Cody Wooten, for Devin Henry, I am Wesley Outland. Congratulations again to the driver, Tristan Jump. He wins the All-Star race of the Clash. We'll be back at Daytona for round 1 of the series next week. It's the Adrenaline iRacing League on Sunday nights on LSR TV, your home of sim racing. God bless you all. Keep on praying for America.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.